So we have just managed to get back here at the very end. Sorry about the technical difficulties there. Just a couple minutes left to go in the race. Wagner and Harrell well on in their fight between the two of them. Mansueto and Bahena in their fight as well. Mansueto having to go past the 185 M2 of Gonzalez. Bahena wants to go up the inside as well. And Bahena trying to catch up to Mansueto. They've both left Granados behind. Again, sorry about the technical difficulties there. My internet completely shut off. So hopefully everything will be okay. I will probably have to segment together the YouTube stream, but everything is back up. Again, sorry about any inconveniences there. Technical difficulties, and I thought I got disconnected from the server, which I did because my internet shut off for just a moment, but oh well, everything will be okay. Bahena still behind Mansueto. The gap was very close between the two, but traffic making things a bit more interesting between these two as we are all over each other here at the end of this race. As we've got M2s causing lots of disruptions between. It seems that we do have an incident. The Camaro of Powers involved in an incident there. Want to say possibly the 289 Mercedes of Viewer. We had a couple cars off there. The 64 of Bird in the pit lane, I think, may have been involved in that as well. Wagner and Harrell. Does Harrell just try and wait? We'll have one more lap to race between these two. And has Harrell just saved up the overtake for the very end? They do have the Aston Martin. I believe that was the Aston Martin of Eddie. Yes, it was. Wagner and Harrell nose to tail between the two. Harrell will have one more opportunity to strike. Elizondo will cross the line with enough time left for one more lap. Wagner and Harrell. Wagner has to try and hold on for one more lap. Harrell has one more lap to finally get his overtake done. Between Bahena and Mansueto. Mansueto is not far behind. Bahena is not far behind Mansueto. Mansueto will have one more, or Bahena will have one more opportunity to get this overtake done. Elizondo has started the final lap of the race. Harrell and Wagner, they come side by side into the final corner. The 47 of Miller gets a drive-through penalty. And again, we are going to see some replays of that flip from Wigner, or from, Wigner from Miller at the very beginning of this race. Wagner and Harrell on the final lap. 3.5 tenths between the two of them. For Mansueto and Bahena, just 3/4 of a second between those two. Wright still leading in M2, and pretty nice and comfortable lead for Wright. Craters P3, Gonzalez P4, Tucker P5, Norman P6, and Bird currently P7. On the backstretch one last time for Elizondo. Wagner and Harrell, it's elbows out. It's all or nothing from here to the end. They come on to the backstretch for one final time. Has Harrell played a blinder? Just held the pace steady, not quite given the inkling that he has the power in the slipstream to catch up, and I think he may have just done that. Wagner's going to have to try and close it off. He will push Harrell to the inside. It will get very, very tight between the two. Does Harrell have the speed to go for the overtake? We have seen Wagner go very deep. Harrell wants to send it into turn 9, sideways sliding, trying to get the car slowed down. Side by side they go, running out of room on the inside. Wagner out of the final corner will cross the line and take home the checkered flag and the win for the season opener. But who will take home P2 and P3? Wagner and Harrell are deciding that right now as they come to the line. Side by side, is there a bump? Wagner holds the inside. Will that be the opportunity of the old switcheroo for the Alpine? Yes, it is. It's a drag race between the two to the line, but the Aston Martin will outlast the Alpine. Wagner will take home P2. Harrell will take home P3. 148 thousandths of a second between the two. Labe, after having to serve a couple penalties, will bring home P4. DeHaro will bring home P5. Mansueto gets a drive-through penalty, so Bahena will get promoted on merit there up to P7. Sorry about the bit of lag on the stream. Hopefully it gets itself sorted. I've been having a few issues recently with the service I use. Labe P4, DeHaro P5. Prine will bring home P6. Mansueto with the drive-through penalty will be in P7, will not bring home P7. That will actually be Bahena, and that drive-through penalty being applied at the very end of the session is going to drop him down quite a few positions. I think Granados and Quain may see a promotion in position as well. Mansueto will have 30 seconds tacked on. Bahena will bump up. Granada should bump up. So should Quain. Quain and I believe that is Merkel. Across the line. Right, your winner in M2, Merkel P2, Craters P3. Gonzalez P4, Tucker P5, Norman P6, Bird P7 in the M2 field. Your podium as they stood in both of the classes: Elizondo P1, Wagner P2, Harrell P3, Wright P1, Merkel P2, Craters P3 in the M2 class. Thank you all for tuning in. I will not be here next week for Go Fast Racing or TRC. I will be on vacation. May have streams lined up for those two leagues, but again, thank you all for tuning in. And sorry about the technical difficulties there at the end. It was not anything I could control. I will try and get everything compiled into a playlist on YouTube so you can watch all of the race together in one. And again, sorry about all the technical issues tonight, but everything will be better next time. Thank you all for tuning in, and I will see you all here in about a couple weeks.